So during the reward challenge we just did, it was Last Idle Standing. It's something that I've played literally hundreds of times. The last probably like 10 years. We actually have the ring set up at our at our my parents' farm in Maine. We played it during my wedding on the side. People are playing. I'm really good at it. I literally like never lose either. And we've had former Survivor people that's visiting the farm, and I just crush them. People that have been known to win a lot of things. But it's a combination of okay. So I it came down to Bobby and me. Honestly, I felt like I could have beaten him, no problem. Um, it's a reward challenge. I knew what was going to happen. It's whoever won it was going to pick somebody that probably pick somebody else or whatever. And all of a sudden, you sort of have a target on your back, even though you just won something. Uh, I want to put on Bobby and say, look, do you want this? Do you want it, or do you want me to take it? So it was his decision to make, which I'm fine with, because I felt like either way I could have done what I wanted to. I felt like I could have won, or I could have let him win. I mean, I'm fatigued. I'm exhausted. It's easy for me to say I'm really good at that that challenge, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not 100%. So as far as physically right now and mentally, so it's sort of a careless error, but I didn't not make the error too. As far as Bobby not picking me, like, look, I would have been psyched to go eat some food, but you know what? I just chugged down 3 big cups of gross food challenge stuff, and I actually feel really good right now. It's the best I've felt, like, physically, almost from the time this thing started. I feel like I get my energy back. So I didn't really actually. I don't need to go eat. And him and I haven't talked about it, but I knew what he was doing. So he would. It didn't help to have me go be with him. He needed to have uh, other people both to, like, uh, you know, have conversations with, but also keep an eye on as well. Now he can only pick one person, uh, so he didn't know that at the time, but I wasn't mad or upset at him at all for it. And I think actually I would have done the opposite. And we're both gamers. We're playing kind of different style games. We're I don't I don't love playing under the radar. Nobody likes watching somebody play under the radar. But I've tried to pick my moments. So with certain challenges, I wanted to shine, and I knew coming into the game I was going to have a target on my back. Uh, you know, I'm I'm related to Bob Crowley. Uh, I was on the production a few years ago, so I kind of know, what it's like to be a volunteer, and even kind of like sort of. I was never part of the strategy side of it, but I sort of know like what all the challenges are that we've done in the past, uh, and I knew that could be perceived probably during the tribe section of the game, perceived as an asset. But certainly when it gets down to the individual game, it was going to be a huge detriment for me. So I've had to downplay every, like guys, I'm not that good. I'm not that good at puzzles. I'm not, and I'm better than what I'm showing. I am tired, but uh, it's been funny to watch people actually buy into, are you okay? Yeah, guys, I'm not doing great, but let's just keep going. Which I wish I could just come and, like, swing for the fence the entire game. I would have been probably out 3 days ago. It's looking like I'm going to be at least top 8, which is ridiculous. They should never have kept me around this long. Like, it's funny every time we go to tribal. Uh, I haven't been worried once. Even when my name got written, I got a tie, and then they went to tiebreaker. They could have voted me off. Like, I don't know what, like, guys. Like, I'm a big target. I know it probably looks like, they could just get me out later. I have an idol in my pocket that I could have played, and I didn't. And I feel like it took some balls to sit there and risk getting voted out with an idol in my pocket. So I have an idol in my pocket, and I'm going into tribal, and I know, my name gets thrown around, but I have confidence in the information that gets to me, and it's been amazing. Like, people, I was hoping this would happen, and it actually has. I'm not really seeking out people, and that's on purpose. If I go running around trying to create alliances, like, I would have the biggest target in my back. I would have been gone so long ago. Uh, but I'm sort of trying to play like, uh, I'm basically allowing information to come to me, and the other tribes, I don't know if they've told me the incorrect vote like behind like what we end up voting for. They haven't lied to me once. It's unbelievable. I don't get it. Even when I was on the majority, when I was when Zika was 5 versus 4 and 4, we were outnumbered. Like I don't know why they didn't try to take me out or they didn't have the numbers to split a vote, but um, actually when they got down to 4, they could have tied it, but um, yeah, so the entire time I had no idea what was going to happen. I thought we were actually voting somebody off, the four of us. When I saw the parchment paper, I was like, you got to be kidding me. If I get voted off this way, it's going to be ridiculous. But we voted for someone to come to Exile. I voted for Rachel because she's in my alliance. It's like, if there's an opportunity to further it, she already had a immunity challenge necklace, so she's already safe for this vote. And it's like, hey, if she can go find another idol, maybe that's something we can share. Like, that's awesome. I didn't necessarily anticipate it was gonna be me, but who I didn't want it to be was Louis, who's on the chopping block. We were about to go vote him out, and then we ended up going back and doing this reward thing. And if he had come out here and found an idol, it could have blown some stuff up. I think we would have still survived it. And like I'm ready to play my idol at any time if I get freaked out. But I walk into tribal, and it's like, what the heck's going on here? And then they bring in the jury. And Andy Baker says, I'm able to ask them all a question and they can answer however they want. And to me, that was an opportunity. I didn't want to ask about their gameplay. I don't want to, like, how can I further myself? How do I win this thing? And my, concern of mine is like, are people perceiving me as I want them to perceive me? There's often a gap between that, and their answers were exactly how I wanted them to see me. That it's like, you really need to make a big play. You need to like play an idol. It's like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm hoping is going to happen. I'm building towards it, but I couldn't do it too early, and I knew they were gonna. I didn't know that, but I was hoping they were gonna have that impression of me, that perception of like, you're kind of like a floater right now, and I'm kind of playing this aw shucks character. Uh, and their feedback was exactly what I wanted to hear. I was afraid they're going to tell me something because they're all individuals and they have their own reasons for wanting to vote someone to be the winner. Their reasons for why I should be the winner were basically consistent. Like, make a big move, do something. It's like, it's coming. Like, hold, it's going to be there. Yeah, that's a great question, the second part. So we're at Exile. It's like a little, like, tiny clearing in the middle of the woods. I was hoping to be some sort of clue. There's not. And I was hoping I'd be able to quickly find an idol and be able to chill the rest of the time. I can't find one. I just spent like, I don't know, half hour running around through the woods. I mean, it's endless. Like, I don't know where, there's like no boundaries or anything. It just like goes forever. Every tree looks the same. So I'm trying to look for something that looks off center. Usually I can track footprints or something, but it's too dry in here to be able to see any footprints in the mud. The mud's too dried up. They're gonna think I have an idol, so it's gonna suck if I don't find one. I'd rather just find one, and then assuming they know they're gonna guess that I have one, which I already do, by the way. I already have one, so I'm not entirely worried, but I would love to be loaded with two. So my plan is to play dumb. Yeah, shucks, I couldn't find it. I mean, what are they gonna do? Like, I can tell them whatever. They're gonna believe what they want to believe. If I find it, I'll let Bobby know. He also has one too. I don't know if the audience knows now, but that's watching this. But Bobby found one underneath the urn in the voting booth, which I don't know if there was ever a clue to, but there's a little idol in there, which he showed me earlier, and he knows about mine too. So him and I have the setup to go the distance. Like we're like right there. We need a couple moves. I think we got it. Him and I would have, in our other in our Zika tribe, I think him and I would, if that was like, a total the total competition, him and I are in the finals, and I think actually I win that. He's playing a better game than I am right now, but I'm planning on launching a couple big moves coming up. So I'm looking forward to finding this thing. If I don't, I'm also looking for other stuff that just looks idly, so I found kind of a cool bone. And I also have the note and the little case that the other real idol I have is in, so I may end up using something like this later to stir things up if I need to.